Dragon Ball GEKISHIN SQUADRA just released a new 4v4 team battle game set in the Dragon Ball universe. I played the game for over 40 hours and I want to showcase all of the 22 characters currently available. The characters are separated into 3 different categories: attacker, technical and tank. For those who have not heard about the game before, it's basically a MOBA, but instead of 3 lanes like in classical MOBAs, you only have 2 lanes, and the game focuses heavily on team battle. Big shout out and thanks to Bandai Namco for sponsoring this video. Aside from the 3 categories, the characters play really different even within one category, and I would say we start with the attacker role, which is the role that I played most, and we're gonna start with Super Saiyan Kale, which is currently my main character. So Kale is a ranged burst damage dealer. She definitely wants to stay out of melee range, especially against other attackers. However, this completely changes in her ultimate form. As her ultimate, she has the Super Saiyan Berserk transformation. In this form she becomes a really strong, if not the strongest melee damage dealer in the game.
Game over!
What am I doing?
Next we have Goku, which is a well-rounded character. He has a bunch of good melee attacks, bunch of good range attacks. Aside from that, he also has his Kaioken, which is one of the best self-buffs in the game. He will permanently transform once you reach level 7 with him, and his ultimate skill is the Spirit Bomb. Pretty unique melee damage dealer is Dabura. What makes him pretty unique is his passive ability, Demon's Domain. From the anime, if you watched it, he can turn enemy characters into stone. If he uses a rush attack or powered up skill or his ultimate, this will cause the enemy's petrification gorge to fill up. And once it's completely filled up, the enemy will turn into stone, and then you can cause extreme bonus damage against that enemy.
I'll send you all to hell! Now you realize the difference in our power.
Next we have Super Saiyan Trunks, which is the glass cannon of this game. He has the highest burst damage output of any character, but also dies pretty quickly. All of his skills are ranged, and he also has a prominent Super Saiyan transformation at level 7, same as Goku. His ultimate attack is the Shining Slash.
I'll finish you! Even if I'm the last warrior in existence, I'll never stop fighting! I will not let the future be destroyed again!
Another jack of all trades characters is Son Goku Mini. His ultimate skill is Swift Spike. What makes him pretty unique is the ability to stack up his strike damage, meaning continuing attacking will make his attacks stronger and stronger, and if the enemy's level is higher than yours, this damage scaling will scale up faster.
It's Glorio.
Time to go Super Saiyan! I got you! I think we can call it here.
Next we have Android 18, which is a high mobility character. She has a lot of movement baked into her skill sets. She also kind of plays like an assassin. Her ultimate skill teleports you to the enemy and staggers him, so you can pull off the combo and then use another skill to get out again. Her ultimate skill is called Heartbreaker.
So, who's next?
Next we have Piccolo, another character who is a little bit squishy but can put out a lot of damage. What makes him unique is that he can use his traps, the Hell Zone trap. You can follow up with his Demon Whip, basically his extendable arms. His ultimate skill is the infamous Special Beam Cannon.
The best fighters in the cosmos. Doesn't get better than this.
Next we have Superb, which is a long-range damage dealer. His unique mechanic is called Cyclone Stream. So you have skills that build up Cyclone Stream, and then you have skills that will use it instead. Once you have Cyclone Stream and use the skills that spend it, it will cause more damage and also a little bit damage over time. His ultimate skill is called Cyclone Burst.
Now to finish you all! I'll give them a fight they'll never forget.
A pretty interesting character and a little bit more complex is Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. So those are basically two characters, which is also their passive ability. The passive ability, you can switch between them. And so, for example, the rush attack, if you have Gamma 1 on the screen, it will cause a blast attack. However, if you switch to Gamma 2 and do the rush attack, it will be a melee attack. And as such, they also have two ultimate skills. One is the special pose, and the other one is the core breaker.
Understood! Nintendo!
Gamma Impact! It's a wrap.
Quit lounging around.
Huh?
And the last attacker character is Full Power Bojack. He is also more of a range damage dealer. What makes him unique is that he has 4 sub-alternates that he can command to perform follow-up attacks. And he also has a full power transformation at level 7, same as the Saiyans.
You're finished!
Nothing will survive. No matter how advanced you are, you'll never match up to us.
Now we're coming to the tanks. The first one is Super Saiyan Vegeta. He also has a transform at level 7 into Super Saiyan, like most of the Saiyans do. Additionally, what makes him unique is that his skills will replenish his armor, and his ultimate is of course Big Bang Attack.
Feast your eyes on Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack! Well, come at me!
Next we have Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla. She starts normally and then transforms permanently into Super Saiyan 2 at level 7. Her unique mechanic is a taunt. In this game it's called Provoke status, so her skills and her passive makes it so that she has additional damage resistance to enemies that are provoked.
Let's finish it! Crush Cannon! Did you see that? That's my power!
Next we have Zamasu, who is incredibly hard to kill. Not only is he invincible when he casting his ultimate attack, but his passive ability is restoring his base HP. And he also has an additional regeneration gauge. Before you die, your gauge is being used to fill up your HP again.
My justice will be your end! I will save creation from the scourge of mortal kind.
Another tank that I haven't played myself too much is Baby. His unique mechanic is taking over the enemy's character, so if you defeat the enemy control will end once the player respawns.
Now you will serve me! Into the trash! They are me, I'm them, we're one! I shall have my vengeance, Saiyan! It's all falling into place.
Next we have Cell, who has a pretty unique transformation, so most of the characters they transform permanently at level 7. However, Cell has a passive called Bioenergy. He can fill Bioenergy up by performing, for example, a rush attack. And the more Bioenergy he absorbs, the stronger he will become, getting more base HP, armor and attack power. And once those bonuses are maxed out, then he can transform into his perfect form and become much stronger.
I'll erase you! Unsatisfying. I need a new challenge.
Next we have Final Form Cooler, who is pretty offensive for tank in my opinion. His passive ability makes it so if you use a skill, he applies a self buff, which makes him immune for a short amount of time. And if the enemy attacks you during this time window, he will counter. He also has a transformation into his final form at level 7, like most of the characters have. And his attack, his ultimate, is the Atomic Supernova.
Struggle all you want. It's over. I alone am the strongest in the universe.
Now we're coming to the technical characters, and the first one is the true assassin of the game, Hit. He has the highest mobility in the game. However, his damage output is not on the levels like some of the burst characters. But he can stealth himself and also has movement speed up self buffs. His ultimate attack is called Assassin's Domain, which applies several debuffs to the enemy.
Too slow. I can finally finish the job. Contract executed.
Next we have Son Gohan, who is a dedicated support character. He can also deal some damage alone, but you definitely want to play him around some of your teammates. Of course, his passive is called Friendship Boost, and it applies all defense up to your own character when an ally hero is nearby, and it applies all attack up to all ally heroes around you.
I can't sit around and do nothing.
Next we have Majin Buu, who is a very easy to play healing character. He is pretty much the only dedicated healer in the game, and his ultimate Candy Ray turns enemies into candy, and consuming them will heal your HP.
Now, how about this? Ah, you funny!
Next we have my favorite villain of all of the Dragon Ball franchise, which is Frieza, and he's also a technical character, cause he is playing with two henchmen, Sabon and Dodoria. Basically with his skills you can control their actions. His ultimate attack is the planet destroying supernova.
Zabon, Dodoria, it's time.
Next we have Android 17, who is also a pretty easy to play support character. He's a shielder, he can provide barriers around your teammates and yourself. His ultimate attack is called Counter Barrier.
Fine. I'll show you what I can really do. I guess I just got lucky.
And last but not least we have Krillin, who has a lot of debuffs. Solar Flare, which applies marked, blind and all attack down to enemies. If you attack marked enemies, you can shorten your skill cooldowns. And his ultimate attacks, of course, his Destructo Disc.
It's all over! I'm not a pushover, you know.
So those are all the characters currently available in the game. Personally, I enjoyed the game quite a bit, even though I don't usually play MOBAs, simply because this one is not as time consuming. If you want to check out Dragon Ball GEKISHIN SQUADRA for yourself, I will leave a link in the description as well as a pinned comment below. Big shout out and thanks again to Bandai Namco for sponsoring the video. Thanks for watching, see ya.